What is up, guys? Welcome back to Apex Legends once again for the Veiled Collection event. But this time I'm going to go over every single collection item and or take a sneak peek at the event store as well. But nonetheless, guys, I really do think this collection event is going to have one of the coolest skins we've seen so far. I really do think they actually follow this with the future prestige skins as well. Like every single level of this skin honestly looks so dang good. Level 1's going to be kind of base and it gets slightly upgraded. And then level 3 is going to look absolutely insane, guys. Like, look at this. If you are a caustic main, it's going to be insanely hard to pass this one up. I really do love the detail of this one. Plus, the finisher is going to be pretty dope. I do have to give it to Respawn because this caustic skin looks honestly insane. But moving over to the first item here, guys, starting off with the purple ones, we're going to have an epic skin for Pathfinder here, which does look kind of cool if you guys are a Pathfinder main. And at least for being an epic skin, it's not going to look really bad at all. Honestly, pretty dang good compared to some of the epic skins we have seen recently. But moving over to the next skin, though, is going to be for Valkyrie. I do actually like this one. I might have to pick this one up because I don't have that many skins for Valkyrie. I really do like the engraving work on this. I think looks awesome. But now moving over to another skin is going to be for Wraith. I do want to know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Which characters would you like to see skins for? I really do feel like the exact same characters show up in every single event, but that's probably going to be because of that pick rate. But then we have Loba. I do kind of like this one a bit, but overall I'm most likely not going to pick this one over some of the other ones. Then we're going to have a banner for Seer. Then we'll have a banner for Rampart. And then moving over to a banner for Gibraltar. And then finally an Octane frame. Kind of cool. Then we'll have emotes. Here's a Loba one. And then moving over to the next one is for Rampart. And then moving over to the next one's for Gibraltar. And then moving over to the final emote is going to be for Octane. So when it comes to all the epic items, I feel like some of these skins do look pretty cool, but I also feel like at the same time a lot of players are most likely not going to want to waste materials on banner frames and emotes, but moving over to the first legendary is going to be for Watson, so I do think this skin honestly looks awesome. If you guys are a Watson main, it's going to be kind of hard not to pick this one up. I really do love the overall design of this one. It's definitely pretty dang unique, and I would say you're probably going to see that a mile away, especially with a Kraber. But moving over to the next skin's going to be for Rampart. I do think the bright colors on this one do look pretty cool, and I do like the sense of detail that's actually put into some of these skins. I really do think they have to focus on that, especially with the legendary ones. But moving over to the next skin, guys, is going to be for Gibraltar. This is definitely going to be one of the most unique skins we have seen for Gibraltar so far. I really do like the shield, plus I do think the overall design of this is pretty dope. That shoulder pad on the side there with like that screaming head thing looks insane. I would honestly like to see that helmet close though, I think that would be pretty dope, but overall guys, I do think if you like Gibraltar, you're most likely going to have to pick this one up. And then moving over to the next skin is going to be for Octane, which I do have a feeling is not going to be insanely shocking. As I did mention before, a lot of the characters that seem to be picked the most are probably going to be a lot of the skins you guys will see in these collection events. I have to admit I'm not an Octane main, but this skin is definitely pretty awesome looking. I really do love the gold and the engraving things like on his chest there. I do think that does look pretty awesome, but moving over to the next skin is going to be for the R99. So with this skin, I really do like the gold going around this. Plus, I think the white in the middle there and or like that painted color really does fit the overall design of this thing so much. Now, I would say a lot of players might not want this gun because of the iron sights, but to be honest, guys, that's easily going to be solved with just a reflex sight. That's going to make this thing insanely good, so I definitely might have to pick this skin up. But moving over to the next one though is going to be for the Spitfire. I've actually been running this gun a bit more recently in this season. Normally guys, I never pick the Spitfire up because if I do use an LMG, I normally go to the Rampage for like longer range engagements, but the Spitfire is definitely going to look pretty awesome in this skin. I might have to take a look at this one. And then moving over to the next skin's going to be for the Sentinel. I actually have not picked up one of these legendary skins for this gun yet. I might have to get this one because I love how the gold goes around this weapon. I really do feel like gold engravings on weapons look awesome. It kind of brings me back to like Battlefield 1 with some of the legendary skins on there. But overall guys, for a Sentinel skin, this one definitely looks pretty dang good. And then moving over to the final weapon skins going to be for the car. I really do like the skull on the side. I also feel like this skin's going to be kind of like, I feel like I've seen this somewhere before, but even if some of these skins did actually end up being a recolor, I have to admit they still look pretty dang cool. But moving over to the next legendary item, guys, is going to be an emote for Ash. And then moving over to the next one's going to be for Watson. And then moving over to the next emote is going to be for Octane. And then the last emote, guys, is going to be for Caustic. But that's going to do it for all the items that you can get in the Veiled Collection event. I do want to know what you guys think about this one in the comments below. I feel like some of these skins are definitely pretty cool, but I really do feel like a lot of players are not going to want to waste a ton of money on banners and or emotes. But then again, if you're going to want this crazy looking caustic skin, you're most likely going to do that. Now moving over to a quick look at the event store, you guys will notice the two top ones here are going to be part of the actual event. Then we're going to see a Pathfinder skin return. I do remember seeing this one a while ago. And then moving to the bottom, we have one for Lifeline. I do like the fur on that one. I think that's pretty cool. And then moving over to a Newcastle bundle. That is by far going to be one of the best looking Rampage skins I've seen so far. Some of them guys I really don't feel like are going to be that great, but I love the design of this one. Then we're also going to have a pretty cool looking skin for Newcastle. It's kind of insane to me how many Newcastles I have been seeing recently, but that's definitely going to be for good reasoning because my goodness, he's super useful. And then moving over to one of the other returning favorites is going to be a skydiving emote for Rampart. And then finally, guys, the last returning favorite is going to be for Seer. It's going to have a pretty awesome looking epic skin for the Devotion, which honestly I would go as far as saying this is probably the most least used weapon I've seen in every single match. I don't actually remember the last time I saw someone use this gun, but moving over to the purple skin for Seer also looks pretty awesome. I feel like a lot of people would say he's going to be a high pick rate. I personally haven't been seeing as many Sears recently as I did in the past, but I really do think that's most likely going to change. But that's going to do it for the store. Do keep in mind, guys, in around 3 days, the items in this are going to change, except the two top ones here. And I really do think this collection event is looking pretty awesome. That caustic skin is still going to be one of the best prestige skins we've seen so far.